Every morning when I get out of bed, I move through this simple series of poses to get my day started. So join me as we move through a short yoga flow to start out your morning. Start in child's pose with the toes curled under, the knees wide. Arms reach out in front of you. Forehead comes down to the floor. Notice the stretch into the side body. Maybe notice the stretch on the underside of the feet. If it feels good, you can sink your hips a little further back. Maybe rock through the toes. On an inhale, come up onto all fours. You can keep your toes curled under, or you can place the tops of the feet to the mat. On an inhale, tailbone goes up, belly down, gaze forward, shoulders move away from the ears. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, navel to the spine, gaze goes towards the thighs. Inhaling, coming back into cow pose. Exhale, curling the tailbone under, navel to the spine, back into cat. Make your way back into a neutral spine. Think draw one shoulder towards one hip, and then other shoulder towards the other hip. I used to teach with another yoga teacher who called this dinosaur. So I like to imagine a stegosaurus shaking its hips side to side as it walks. When you're ready, find that neutral spine again. Tailbone's reaching away from the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep the right arm up and out to the side. Exhale, thread it underneath the left. It's called thread the needle. Inhale, sweep it back up. Exhale, thread it under. Last one, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it under, right shoulder and ear to the floor. Left arm can walk out in front of you. Keep it where it was, or wrap it around behind the back. Notice how your breath feels. Notice where your breath goes. Your next exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left arm sweeps up and out to the side. Exhale, thread it underneath the right. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, thread it under. Again, last one. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, thread it under, lift shoulder and ear to the floor. Try to find as much space as you can between the two. Right hand can stay where it was, or walk it out in front of you, or wrap it around behind your back. Notice the belly moving with every breath. Expanding on the inhale and coming back in on the exhale. Your next exhale, come back up onto all fours. Hips stay directly over the knees, so don't sink them back. Reach the right and then the left arm out in front of you. Slide forward into puppy pose. So when I first started doing puppy pose, I would just place my forehead on the mat and call it good. Now I like to slide all the way down until my chest comes to the floor. You can find a puppy pose in any place in between, whatever is comfortable for you. And again, if it feels good, you can curl your toes under, really stretch out those toes and the bottoms of the feet. And exhale, slide forward, coming into Sphinx. Elbows are directly underneath the shoulders, forearms are parallel. Press the forearms down, lengthen the crown of the head away from the tailbone, and then draw those elbows towards the hips. Help to engage the low and the upper back, starting out your day with proper posture. On an exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. The arms come out to cactus. So elbows are bent at 90 degrees and they come straight out from the shoulder. I'm going to roll to my left side first. You can roll to your right side if you would like. Being very mindful of any sensations that you feel and only going as far as you can go. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here. All these are acceptable. On your next exhale, come back to the mat. Other arm comes out to cactus. So I'm moving towards my right side. You might be moving towards your left side, and that's okay too. Maybe notice if the stretch feels different on the side. Notice if it's easy or difficult to breathe. And then exhale, come back to center. Moving into half knot, left or right arm goes underneath the other with the palm facing up. And then slowly lower down towards that arm. If you need more of a stretch, roll your torso down towards the mat. Deep breaths here. Next exhale, lift yourself up and switch sides. So one arm goes underneath the other with the palm facing up. Torso rolls down towards that arm if you need more of a stretch. And the opposite arm can stay where it was or reach down in front of you. Your choice. Next exhale, press yourself up and roll over onto your back. Here we'll take the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Then draw the knees to one side, opposite arm can come out to a T or a cactus, and your gaze can go in whatever direction feels best for you. Notice the softness in the belly as you breathe. And exhale, draw the knees back up to center. Move them to the other side. Opposite arm comes out to, again, a T or a cactus. And your gaze can go in whatever direction feels best for you. Bringing awareness to how this side might feel the same or different as the first side. Noticing any shifting or changing with your breath. Your next exhale, knees come back up to center. Take another rock if that felt good for you. And when you're ready, soles of the feet to the mat, arms come alongside the body. Tuck the chin slightly. Curl the tailbone under so low back comes to the floor. And either on an in or an exhale, press the feet into the ground. Lift the hips up, keeping the neck and shoulders soft. And then lowering down on an in or an out breath. There is no right way to breathe through this bridge flow. When you're ready, lifting back up and lowering back down. Do 2 more bridge lifts. Waking up those hip flexors. Waking up our glutes. And after your last bridge, roll to one side and come back up onto your knees. Place one leg out in front of you. If you need blocks or maybe you can't reach the floor, that's fine as well. Otherwise, you can take your hands to the mat. If your hands are off the mat, just do a nice little lunge, stretching out that hip flexor a little deeper. And then maybe straightening the leg and flexing the toes, waking up the hamstrings. You can go back and forth, moving with your own breath. And again, you can do this with blocks or hands to the mat, depending on your mobility level. And one more. And come up and switch sides. If you need a little extra padding under your knees, feel free to grab a blanket. I always do my morning flow on my carpet, so it's nice and soft. And again, we're bending and then straightening, and if it feels good, flexing the toes to really wake up the hamstrings and the calves. And last one, and we will come up to standing. The last thing I like to do before I start my morning is to do a nice lateral bend, inhaling the arms up. Exhale, lean to one side. And again, you can breathe differently for this as well. Just remember to breathe and to move mindfully. When you're ready, rising back up, switching sides. Notice the belly moving in and out. Rise up. Exhale, release. Now you're ready to start your morning out right. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this.